It's always so funny doing these because I feel like I'm on a coffee date with you guys, but I'm actually just talking to a camera and, you know, here we are. Pushing the past again, oh. You know my little trick. Hi loves, welcome back for another video, or welcome if you're new here. If you are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below. Just notifies you when I post new videos, which is every Friday. I've been managing to do this for a pretty long time now and I'm proud, so I hope that you guys will stick around and see more videos from me and join the Curly Hair Love fam. I promise we have a good time here. So today I have another coffee with Cassie chit chat kind of video. I have a huge cup of coffee today. This mug is like the size of my face and it's absurd. But I love it because it says coffee because adulting is hard. And I mean, true, right? Today's topic is something that I think is a huge part of adulting, so this mug is very fitting. I want to talk about change and embracing change. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the kind of change that you're dealing with, change is probably one of the only things that we can really count on in life. Like nothing is more constant than things changing. You change jobs, you go to a new grade, you go to a new school, you start college. It's just one of those things that you can count on to happen in your life. And it's unfortunate, but it also can lead you to a lot of really cool things and opportunities. So I really want to talk today about embracing change, and even when something is big or it seems really negative and you can't imagine a way that things are going to turn around, there are definitely ways to kind of work through it and learn to accept it and eventually embrace it. So for me, what really inspired this video was the fact that I'm actually going through a pretty big change right now. As you guys are watching this, I'll be wrapping up my first week at my new job and I'm very excited about my new job, don't get me wrong, but it's honestly still such a big change. I'm working in a new part of the city and I'm going to have to make all new friends at work. I'm not going to be with the core people that I've worked with for a year and a half. So that's a big change, and even though it's something that I'm excited about, it's something that I'm going to have to work through, and it has me in this very like nostalgic, reflective state because I put so much time and effort into my last job and I've grown so much since I started there, and it's just a new chapter in my life and it's really exciting, but it's also something that I just kind of have to work through and really think about. I came up with 4 things that I think you kind of go through and you almost have to go through to embrace changes in your life. So I wrote them down in my phone so I wouldn't forget. So the first phase is shock, the next one is acceptance, the following one is reflection, and the last one is embracing. It's almost like an acronym, but I think you would just say it like SAR, and that's not cute. So we're just gonna stick with shock, acceptance, reflection, embracing, and I wanna talk about each of those with you guys. So let's talk about the very first phase of change, shock. This can obviously be a good kind of shock, it could be a bad kind of shock, it depends on the kind of change that you're facing, you know, something that comes up in your life. It could be maybe someone breaks up with you, which that would definitely be a really hard kind of shock to work through. Or maybe you get a new job offer, or you're starting to face the fact that you're about to go off to college. Like if you just finished your senior year of high school and you realize that you have these few months of summer and then you have to go into this whole new phase of your life, and as you're like starting to pack up things, it's really setting in. And when something like this comes up in your life, it's easy to kind of fall into that phase of shock, and it's okay because when change happens, it's not always something that you plan for, and you kind of have to just go through those emotions and let yourself feel them and kind of work through them, and it's okay. You're a human being, you're allowed to be upset or ecstatic or whatever it may be. It's just all part of the process, and it's okay to just kind of accept it for what it is and work through it as you can. I think for a lot of change, especially big changes in our life, shock is just part of it, and you know, it's okay. The next phase of change would be acceptance, and this is kind of once you've worked your way through the initial shock of whatever is going on and you realize, okay, this is how things are and I'm going to have to kind of find my way to move forward. It's definitely an important phase as well, because as much as you might not want to accept what is going on, if you don't, you're going to end up putting yourself in a really negative place and you're not going to be ready to move forward and face whatever things that you have to do because of this change. It's definitely important to, once you've let yourself kind of feel and work through your shock and all of the other things that might kind of be going on inside of you because of this change, then you have to find a way to accept it. Next step in your journey might be reflection. If it's a smaller change, obviously you don't need to go all crazy and be like meditating on the idea of, I don't know, buying a different coffee, you know? Not every life and change is this extreme, but I'm really just referring more so to the bigger changes in life, like a move or a new job or a new school, etc. It's also, I think, a healthy thing to do to reflect on the way that things were and the way that they're going to be after this change and how you're feeling. This is a really good time to maybe write a journal entry if you're the type of person to journal, or even just like open a Word document on your computer and write everything out that you're feeling. And then if you don't ever want to look at it again, you can just delete it. But it's definitely important to take time for yourself and to kind of work through things and look back on things. Maybe if it's a negative change and it's something that you could have avoided had you known better in the past, then you can kind of think about that and work through that and really just be that much better in the future because of it. So it's definitely kind of more of a like adult thing, I feel like, but it does not hurt to reflect and take some time to really process everything. The last step of this process is, of course, embracing the change, which is the title of this video, and you guys are probably tired of hearing me say the word change by now, but oh well, that's our topic today. When it comes to embracing change, I really feel like you have to go through the steps that I just mentioned before this so that you really can process everything and get to a place where you're at peace with it. Not all change is easy. Most change is actually really hard because we're all creatures of habit and we love things to stay the same as they always were. But unfortunately, that's not always the way that it works. And you really have to find your own way to make peace with it and embrace it and really move forward with whatever is changing in your life. And just understand that you're on this path for a reason and you are meant to be led to something even better, or if it's a good change, this is something that you're meant to do and you just kind of have to go with it and do the best that you can every day, and it will be okay, I promise. This video is probably going to be a little bit shorter than some of the Coffee with Cassie videos that I've done, but this is just something that I've been thinking about and really wanted to share with you guys. And overall, I just want to tell you that change is okay. And yes, sometimes it sucks and things happen and you're not ready for them, but that's life. And if you are the type of person who is positive and at least strives to be positive, when something really difficult happens, like losing a loved one, like it is so hard to just wake up the next day and be like, okay, everything's fine. I am ready to go on with my life and nothing's bothering me. It's great. It's not that easy every time that you deal with a change in your life, especially when it's a hard one, or even if it is an exciting one. If it's a big change, it's something that is going to take you time, and that's okay. So I just definitely want you guys to know that, and if you want to talk about anything that's going on in your life, feel free to leave a comment and I'd be happy to chat with you, and I'm sure other people would too. Basically, long story short, it's totally okay to take some time for yourself if you need to, but don't let something totally just engulf you and take over your life, because you are worth so much more than that, and some things are hard to go through, and change is definitely one of them. Even when it's exciting, it's still, I don't know, it's uncomfortable and it's something that you have to work through, and it's just part of your journey. When you find your way to embrace it, however you have to do that, you'll definitely be in a better place and you'll be able to move on. I hope this video was helpful for you guys and not just me rambling, because I'm really not even sure what I talked about in this video. I'm just speaking from my heart, and I just really always want to share my best advice and life experiences with you guys, and even the highs and the lows, because I've definitely done that in the past year or so on my channel. It's been quite the journey for me. I've had a lot of change going on in my life, and I feel like now, maybe for like a little while, like a hot second, I'll go without a change, but honestly, who knows what's gonna happen next. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and really just overall being such an awesome support system in my life. YouTube has been one of the things that, though the website itself has changed a lot, the community has only gotten better, and I really just love being a part of this community, being on this website, and having my little corner of the internet, little curly hair love, that has grown a lot, and I just love having you guys here and getting to talk to you and share part of my life with you. It's a lot of fun. Before I get too sappy, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe down below if you're new here. You can also check out my social media down below if you want to follow me on any of those, and I will talk to you guys in my video next week. Bye.